This video is brought to you by Trapline Transport, serving BC to Quebec, Canada with regional and long-haul Super B flat deck freight. With Trapline's experienced team, you can expect fast, efficient, and honest service. Our team will transport your valuable products across Western Canada with the skill and experience you expect and can count on. We want you to be satisfied with our work, which is why we provide open communication channels where we will update you through each process from arranging the shipment to delivery at your door. Just head over to trapline.ca and get a free quote right now. Good morning! How are you guys doing? There's a logging truck. I guess I'll have to chase him down. CVSE came to say hi to me. We're empty. Unloaded in Kelowna Airport again. If you guys wanted to see that video, head over to video 2 weeks ago. Shot a video there. But we are here at the Midway scale, and we're gonna hammer down. Delivered Kelowna and have to load at Klesnikoff before 2 p.m. Right now I'm on schedule to get there around 1:15 or so. Wow! CVSE has a heavy foot just like me. They put their foot into it. On the road and gone. Anyhow, let's jump in and hammer down. Another happy Monday. All right, let's hammer down. Yeah, I was going to use the restroom north of Westbridge, but it was minus 17 degrees Celsius, and I'm like, nope. Here it's minus 11. Now that's better. Still cold, but better. Coming up into the town of Midway. Haven't shot this section for a while. A little bit of snow on the ground, not a lot, but a little bit. We're gonna go through Midway, Greenwood, climb up and over Eholt. Should be pretty quick. And down into Grandforks. With us being empty, we should just be able to zoom right over. It's been an interesting morning. Thanks to Jess's screw up last week, it saved my butt this week. Super thankful for that. The Kelowna Bridge has been closed since 3:30 a.m. and it's now at, what, 10 o'clock, and I don't think it's open yet. So I would have been hooped. I wouldn't have been able to deliver at the Kelowna Airport if I left today morning. What does this have to do with Jess's screw up? Well, last week Jess misunderstood the boss, and she was on the phone with the boss, and Jess asked me, do you want to cross the ferry on Wednesday morning at 7 in the morning or at 9 a.m.? And I'm like, 7 in the morning? Like, of course, like, we'll be sitting and waiting. And then I get the notification or email later on, and the boss was actually talking about Tuesday evening crossing at 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. And I'm like, oh, Jess, you misunderstood the boss. If I load Tuesday morning, we're in trouble. I'm not going to be able to get loaded and tarped and make that 7 o'clock ferry on the coast. So I'm like, wait a minute, if I leave Sunday evening, head into Kelowna, show up at 6 a.m. untarped, they get me unloaded by 9 a.m. They actually got me unloaded by 8:30, so half an hour ahead of my schedule. I can make it to the chipper today on Monday instead of Tuesday morning, just in time before they close to load. So they know I'm coming in today, and I'm actually running ahead of schedule by that half hour. So that's going to be beneficial. So thank you, Jess, for screwing up last week. I would have been stuck on the waiting for that bridge to open for hours and hours and hours, or drive all the way around Okanagan Lake on the West Side Road all the way up to Vernon, small narrow little goat trail in the dark to get down to the Kelowna airport, and that would have screwed up the whole week. Why is the bridge closed? I'm sure everybody that's local knows, but a week ago, 2 weeks ago, you guys are watching this 2 weeks later, 2 weeks ago, someone with mental health issues decided to park a van sideways on the bridge and said there's explosives in there and he was going to blow up the bridge. So, yeah, the bomb squad's coming in from Vancouver, I guess. So that's always sad when that happens, but that is the way of life. Sometimes the unexpected happens. Hopefully the person gets the mental health care that they need. The creek is kind of frozen over, mostly, not quite all the way. It's warming up a bit. -8, definitely warming up. Definitely a chilly morning trying to untarp in the cold. But I got it done. I layered up, got extra layers on me, and kept the truck idling while I was untarping, and then just had gloves laying underneath the heater. Just kept switching out gloves when my fingers got cold. Worked out pretty good. So we're going to get to our customer in what, about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. Which means give the customer an hour to load me. So it'd be 3 hours plus an hour and a half, 2 hours to tarp. It might take over an hour to, it takes me an hour and a half to tarp in the cold, depending on how good the shape load is. Let's just give loading and tarping 3 hours, so that's 5 hours from now. That gives us about 5 hours on the clock of traveling back. So what is that? Okanagan is what, 4 hours? So probably somewhere by Karamias or Princeton I'll spend the night. And then tomorrow morning I'll have an easy ride in for the 7 p.m. ferry unfortunately it'll be in the dark. So we won't get any ferry footage. On Tuesday or Thursday's video. And maybe some nighttime ferry footage. Could be a bonus. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. See, I'm planning out the whole week already. How are you guys doing? Nice to have you back, Linda. It's nice to see all the comments down in the chat again. I'm glad you're feeling better. Coming up on Greenwood, the smallest city in Canada. Basically, it used to be a huge city, huge mining city. Also was a World War II camp where we put Canadian citizens that we didn't trust to in prison, basically. Yeah, anybody that says Canada hasn't done any dark and evil stuff in the past, just dig a little harder. Internment camps all over BC, like every time I drive somewhere and somebody goes, oh yeah, that was an internment camp, and that was an internment camp. There was lots of these internment camps. Welcome to Greenwood. Incorporated in 18, switching numbers backwards, 1890s? Somewhere like that, 1890s. Historic Greenwood. You can still see the chimney on the left there of the foundry. The Welcome to Greenwood, historic Greenwood sign has a mini chimney up. Old electrical power buildings, just all over the place. You see a lot of old history. And of course, population is 700 people, I think, in that range somewhere. 700 people population, which doesn't technically make a city, right? But since it became a city back when it was huge and it had thousands of people living here, it's kept its name, it's kept its designation as a city. 700 people, it's more like a really small town or a big village. I think the speed limit should be 30 kilometers an hour through here. Especially in the summer. Summer, this is a bit of a tourist trap. Old saloons and hotels, and still has that old feel to it. I'm not sure what happened to all the missing buildings, if they got burnt down or just became unstable and had to be taken down. Nice little tourist trap of a town. Lots of cross-country skis through the parks over here, or ski trails through the little parks over here. Somebody in town loves cross-country skiing, and honestly, I think I could get into cross-country skiing. That'd be a fun sport. I think Jess would enjoy it too. I think that might be fun. Almost bought an RV this weekend. Almost. It's just a little more expensive than I had funds for. And the bank, by the time I saw it, the bank was already closed, so I couldn't go talk to him, ask him about a loan, and then of course I have to go to work. Maybe I'll check the bank out this Saturday and maybe just talk to them and see if I can just get a pre-approved loan, quite a bit larger than anything I'm willing to pay for, and then if the opportunity is still there, grab it. I saw an RV for sale that it's, I think, 5-6 years old, only 15,000 kilometers on it, and it was all pimped out. It was like glamping style RV, really high-end RV. Somebody in Vancouver, and you know, the type of RV that costs like 200 grand, selling for 80 grand. It's like, oh, don't have the money for it, but I want that right there. But I suspect by next weekend that RV will be sold, even if I can get everything in order. And of course, no Jess this week. She is prepping to go for a drive down to Oregon again to see her brother. Her sister's flying in as well. Her sister's paying for the hotel down there, so that's going to save us a bunch of money. So Jess just has to pay for meals and fuel to get down there. So that should hopefully work out. Jess wanted me to come down too, and I'm like, if I do, then we won't have any money left to have a down payment for an RV. I need to keep the money coming in. So basically I'm going to be working for free this week, just so Jess can drive down there. But at least we're not losing money. And thank you to everybody that went to that GoFundMe page last week and helped out Jess's brother. Really appreciate it. I did a live stream on this channel 2 weeks ago, but had 8 people show up. I'm like, I don't know if it's really worth doing a live stream on the weekend if nobody shows up. I played the game Snow Runner. Looks like we've caught up with that logging truck. With the 3 vehicles in front of me, I don't know if I'll actually be able to pass that logging truck at the next passing zone. I can try, but we'll see. Okay, 1 car passed, and now we only have 2 cars. So that's gonna make life a little better, a little easier. We just need this car to be closer to that pickup when the passing zone hits us next time. Or the 3-lane highway where there's an actual passing lane. It's coming up here pretty quick. A little more snow here. Beautiful blue sky. It is nice not to have cloudy day after cloudy day after cloudy day. It's just weeks of clouds, and finally we're getting some more blue sky. Of course, it means a lot colder weather, because guess what makes it warm? The clouds. The clouds keep the hot air from rising up, so it keeps it a lot warmer when it's a cloudy day. But I'm okay with colder weather if we have beautiful sunny days like this. Back to -9 degrees Celsius up here. Okay, 1 car behind us. Do I let that car pass us? How indecisive are they going to be? Is that 1 car passing me going to screw me from passing the logging truck? Which call do I make? Do I stick into the left lane, or do I stick on the right lane and let the car pass us first? I think we're going to be pretty quick here. I'm going to stick to the left lane. And then move in front of the logging truck and let the car go by us if they feel they want to. Well, maybe Maybe I'll just pass this car here too right away. Just do that. Driving into the sun, we did a full turnaround and a little bit of southbound here before we turn east again. Full throttle, so I'm keeping up with the pickup, but I don't have enough juice to pass them. Maybe. Apparently I own the highway today. We're empty and super light, obviously. Full speed ahead. I'm guessing they're a little scared to drive on this road, being all wet like this. And fair enough, if you're not sure if this wetness is wet or slippery, rather take it easy than push it. Sunglasses on. That's better. I can see the road. Luckily this brand new dash cam is even better driving into the sun than the Osmo 5 is just fabulous driving into the sun compared to the other three cameras, actually the Osmo 3. And before that we had the Sony Action Cam, which was terrible driving into the sun. Oversized Kalashnikov load. That's where I'm going. There's no fuel stations, no ESSO card locks where I'm headed, so I have to make sure before we cross the ferry that I have a full tank of fuel. Looks like that pickup is caught up with us again. Unless that's a different pickup. I think it's the same one. I haven't changed the speed I'm going. They've changed the speed they're going. But the road's nice and dry here, so that's probably the difference. I haven't taken you guys over E-Holt for a while, huh? There's a beautiful little drive. And we get to hit 3 towns, Midway, Greenwood, and Grandforks. Grandforks is another one of those beautiful old school, old buildings type of town, but not the main highway. Well, for the most part, not on the main highway. Yeah, I guess I didn't say anything when we drove by the lake, but it was nice to see people ice fishing up there at the E-Holt summit. Getting up at 5:30 in the morning, getting on site at 6 a.m. I'm going to be tired tonight, but that's okay. I probably have to end the night by 9. Yeah, about 9 p.m. is the latest I'm allowed to legally drive today, so ending the day pretty early. And if I feel tired, I can stop even earlier, because as long as I load today, so if I get 3 hours down the road and I feel tired, I'm good to just end the day there. We're fine tomorrow. We're really set up for success now. Almost down into Grandforks here. Used to be another city here on the right-hand side. There's only like one brick building left. Back in the day where there were more smaller cities close together. Here comes the curve. Make a big U-turn again. head north and then turn east into Grandforks. Usually some beautiful viewpoints of Grandforks as you come down. Lots of orchards and farm fields and nurseries and, you know, all the farming stuff. Grand Central Car Wash. I wonder if there's a one for big rigs. We need a truck wash. My truck's so dirty, it needs a wash. I literally have nowhere to wash it. The only truck wash that I used to have available to me in Chilliwack is closed down. Nowhere on my route that I run is there a truck wash now. And I live in an apartment at home. I park the truck blocks away from where I live. There's no way, nowhere for me to wash my truck. In Princeton, there's a wand outside. I can wash my truck there. In the summer, when the weather gets a little warmer, I'll be able to wash my truck there once in a while. Just have to get myself a whole roll of loonies or something and try that sometime. When it gets cold though, they turn the outside wand off. Be happy with just a rinse. Just rinse the thickest muck off. One of my co-drivers gets his truck washed on a weekly basis. One of his neighbors volunteers to wash it with just a garden hose in hand. Trapline just pays him $50 every week to have the truck washed. And I'm like, I need a good neighbor in Penticton that would want to wash my truck every weekend. And a spot I could park the truck to be washed. Even once a month would be awesome. Anyone know a high schooler in Penticton that would be willing to wash my truck for $50 once a month? And a spot to pull over and drop the truck off. Stopped at Cal Tire on Friday to fix the nail in the nail and a screw in my tire. Unfortunately, they forgot to screw. They just had hand loosely put the The hose, the Tire Max hose that goes from the hub to the tire, just loosely put it on, and last night I had a completely flat tire. So luckily it didn't come off the bead, so the tire could still take air, so I had to sit there and spend an hour of filling up the tire. And then I screwed the Tire Max system on nice and tight, and it seems to be holding air today. So I think that was the only problem. I just didn't properly tighten up the hose for the Tire Max. Little hose that goes from the hub to the tire valve stem. There's an annoying click behind me. I don't know what it is. I need a jest to fix it. Get through Grandforks here and we'll call it a day. Get loaded and start heading back towards the coast. Every red light, huh? Oh, just switch to green. Hammer down. The last one. Going over Granby River. It's always funny, we just crossed Granby River, and yet the river right beside us here is the Kettle River. Between crossing the river and when we see it next, the Kettle River and Granby River have been connected together since Grandforks, forks of two rivers meeting up. The town gets its name after the river forks. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Really appreciate it. Thank you to our sponsor, Trapline Transport. Super appreciate the sponsorship. It's really helping out with paying for our brother-in-law's rent and stuff. And thank you for all the comments, likes, all the subscribers, and people have hit that join button. I am out of here. You guys rock.